you guys. You are back live in the air with Regina Sunshine and
Christine Adams.
here on the Regina Sunshine Show on the Regina Sunshine Global Network. And we have our last amazing guest here with us. Welcome to the show, Lady Q.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's so good to have you here.
Thank you.
Well, I met you through Maxine McDaniel.
Yes.
I was talking to Miss Maxine about the Boss Awards, actually, and she was like, ooh, I got somebody you need to meet. She was so excited. And I was like, for real? And I've never met Miss Maxine, but Lanita Mitchell Blackwell, who is my personal business coach, was like, anything Miss Maxine tell you, you do it. Anything you tell, whoever she could, you. And so immediately I knew you were somebody that I needed to meet.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to our show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Well, tell our audience a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Well, I am comedian Lady Q. I was created, anointed, and appointed to travel the world and make people laugh. That's
I
what
love
I am.
that. I love that. Well,
right.
she did tell me that you're a clean comic.
Yes, I am.
And that's always good for me, especially because I love it when someone can just make you laugh and they don't have to use all this other
Profanity.
language. Yeah, to come up with something funny when
Exactly.
a person just has it.
Exactly.
So how did you get into comedy?
Well, I don't want to say it was a mistake, but it was something that just happened. I never sought out to be a comedian. I never even watched comedians growing up. I mean, we watched Bill Cosby and Sinbad because I grew up in a Christian home and a Pentecostal home at that, so we barely got to watch TV. So
You're just happy to see somebody.
yeah, just happy to see somebody. But I was a preschool teacher for 8 years, a youth pastor for 12 years, and I would get the kids out the car or whatever at the school. And as first lady of a church, she was like, every time I talk to you, you make me laugh. She said, come and talk to the women at my church at our women's conference. I said, what I'm going to talk about? She said, I don't care. Just make them laugh. And so I went to this little church and down in their basement, and literally the rest is history. I created Lady Q, and somebody saw me from there, and then another person saw me, and it's 10 years later. I have been to Jamaica, to the Bahamas, up and down the East Coast, midways to the Midwest. God is truly blessing. I am booked every weekend somewhere making people laugh.
That's awesome. So what is it like now to move from, because that's not where you started.
No.
That wasn't on the horizon from what you're saying. So to go from what you thought your career was going to be
Right.
to now doing something completely different, what's that journey been like?
It's been an amazing journey. It's been really amazing to meet so many people, to go to so many different places. And I've been making people laugh all my life because I believe, as my shirts say, laughter is healing. And so God has truly blessed me with the spirit of discernment when that person is not feeling right, and versus me saying, what's wrong? I just make them laugh, and make them feel so much better. And it's nothing like doing a performance and somebody come up to you with tears in their eyes saying thank you. Because my prayer every day is like, Lord, less of me, more of you. And in that you don't know if someone is going back home to domestic violence, molestation, whatever it is. And for that moment, I can make them happy. I can bring joy to their life. I can restore their joy, through laughter. And that's what it's about for me. And I love it.
That's awesome.
That's real ministry. I tell people all the time, whatever your gift is, it is ministry to someone.
Right.
Somebody
Exactly.
needs your gift, and that's why God gave it to you.
Exactly.
So what does that feel like when you have those days where, maybe even you're not having a good day?
Oh, yeah.
And you get to hit the stage and you've blessed someone's life.
It's an overwhelming feeling, and it's a prayer that's answered daily. Because before I go out on stage, again, I say, God, none of me and all of you, you say, you put into me what you would have me to say. And that's what he does. And I remember one time I went down to Bruce Club when he had it out by Greenbrier called the Cascade Club. And he was doing comedy. He gave me this real shady introduction. I mean, it was probably like my second year, He was like, coming to the stage, you have seen her absolutely nowhere. He said, give it up for Lady Q. So everybody's like, and I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I can't believe this. So I was so nervous. And so I literally probably was up there for 3 minutes, if that. And so he came and he sat next to me. He was like, I think you're funny, but I couldn't tell because you wasn't up there long enough. And so I went home and boo-hoo cried. I'm like, I am never getting on stage again. I'm never doing this again. And God said to me, clear as day, he said, always do you, but represent me.
Ooh.
Wow.
So I don't have
Hey, I
to,
need that.
yeah, I don't have to
Right.
be in a secular arena, which I've done a lot of places that are not church events because everybody, you always do churches. I'm like, no. And I used to be offended by that. But now churches are who book me and who pay me every weekend. So, I do churches. Went to the Atlanta Comedy Theater, ripped it, had a great time. But he just reminded me of that you don't have to curtail yourself to the audience. You bring your audience to you, and he said, as long as you represent me, nothing else is going to go wrong. And people don't even realize that I don't use profanity until they're talking to me like, you ain't say no cuss words. And I'm like, no, not on second Saturdays I don't. But it's just really amazing, this journey, just to make people laugh and to make them feel better. And even for me, when I'm having a bad day, my number one thing that I do is I watch Fred Sanford.
Wow.
That is my takeaway. I watch comedy because it's like it's that thing for me, And I've had some bad days. I remember traveling to a show in Thomasville, Georgia, and right before I left, because I do have a corporate job, I got written up. And a week before that, my dad passed away.
Wow.
So it's like all of this stuff transpired, and I was talking to my sister, and I basically gave her a sermon. I said, you know what? I'm just talking to her about all this stuff that went on. I said, but wait a minute. I was created for purpose. My purpose and my passion is to make people laugh. And I said, so here it is, the devil trying to come up and steal that from me so that I won't operate in my purpose. I said, devil, you a liar. I went to Thomasville, ripped it, sold all my products, made my money.
Well, it's a good day when you get a
Yeah, so it's who I am and what I am, and when you know your purpose and you walk in your purpose in spite of what comes at you, you're not going to fail. You are not going to fail, and it feels like failure because speaking of my dad passing away, I did his eulogy. And I've always said, oh, I want to do comedy at a funeral. I did comedy at my dad's funeral. I brought the word of God, and through the word of God, I did comedy because my dad was a person of laughter. And I said, I don't want nobody talking over me that don't know what they're talking about. So I'm a huge daddy's girl, always been a daddy's girl. And I said, ain't nobody talking over my daddy but me. And I gave my dad the best homegoing service he could ever dream of.
Wow, that's awesome.
You mentioned days like, I guess, the event where all these things were happening. Have you found that being on stage is also like ministry to yourself? Are you ministering to yourself when you're on stage?
Definitely, it's healing. I was speaking with a comedic sister of mine the other day, and she's going through so much. And I said, you know what? I said, our pain is our material. Because when we come out of that, not only are we blessing ourselves, but we're blessing other people. Because most of the time, because what I told her before that, I said, comedians are some of the most depressed people that you'll ever meet. I said, but through our pain, we bring joy. And that's how we get over it. That's how I get over it. When somebody, when something is not quite feeling right, or, relationships are all crazy, you bring that to the stage, you rip it. Why? Because it's relatable to all the people in the audience. And they're like, oh my God, I thought I was the only person going through it. Oh, this is how I need to handle it? Boy, bye. And you move on. You do, you move on.
Question?
But I promise you, I would have never thought you was a comedian. But with what I said in the beginning, with the fact that I'm 46 and I was laid off from my job, and now I've been working on my book. I've been working. Regina is my business mentor, and she's been helping me through some things. I'm learning to do more of public speaking. But what would be your encouraging and motivating words to me at the time that I am in my life right now?
I would say, oh gosh, I can't mention purpose enough. Some people don't know their purpose, but just to step out on faith and just know who you are and believe who you are. I mean, it just won't, you just can't fail when you're walking in your purpose, because God created us fearfully and wonderfully. And because of that creation, and we were created in his image, and not only that, we were created for a purpose. And when we walk in that purpose, failure is not an option. So for that, I say, go for it. Do it and do it well.
Okay.
Go for it. Yeah, I like it. I thought you would say something about dating a comedian.
No, ma'am.
Just know that you're going to be on stage.
I know.
And I know you already
Living
know.
the life of a comedian.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I never thought that God has a sense of humor.
He does.
Because I
He does.
promise you, I thought I was going to be behind the scenes, and he put me with a comedian, and
Yeah.
I've been on Front Street for it'll be a year, June 16th, that we
Wow.
have been together, and it's been a wonderful journey.
Amen.
It has.
And it's so funny that you said you never would have thought I was a comedian, because people always say that you don't look funny. I want to say, I want to say you do with that haircut, but I'm a nice person. And it's all about, remaining humble. That is so important to me, because there are places I go, I mean, literally people roll out the red carpet. I mean, I get off the airplane, they got a sign with Lady Q, and I'm like, oh my God. But, and even if they want to sit me in a certain seat, I'm like, no, can I sit here with other people? And I'm just sitting there, and I introduce myself as my real name, Lakeisha, although it looks real ghetto with a Q, but looking like LaQuisha.
Is that where
It's
Lady Q came from? Okay.
I didn't even try and say it.
It's Lakeisha. That's where the Q came from.
Wow.
Don't do
Okay.
that. Don't do that. Mm-mm. Don't do that. See? Don't do that.
I learned something.
It's a story behind the name. There's a story. So my auntie, God rest her soul, she named me my mother's sister. I was born 4 pounds at full term with heart murmurs, all type of issues. So my mom was practically out of it when I was born. So my auntie named me, and she was full of the spirits. And I'm not talking about Beelzebub. I'm talking probably, little Jack and E and J. But so as when I was born, the nurse was like, well, what's her name? And she said, her name is Lakeisha. And she said, how do you spell that? She went, L, I'll be right back. So the story I got that I'm sticking to, my auntie went to the lobby of the hospital and saw a mailman. I'm assuming he was Mexican because of the way my name is spelled. So he asked her, how do you spell Lakeisha? And he wrote on a piece of paper, Laquitcha.
Oh my God.
So it's a mailman, I'm assuming a Mexican mailman, back in 1972. That gave me my spelling of my name.
Wow.
That's such a great story.
So it took me a minute to learn how to spell it as well. But
I'm
yes.
sure all the teachers got it wrong.
Oh, they all did. Yeah. Laquetta, I heard Laquetta, Laquita, Lakita, Lakeisha, Lakinta. There's no N in there. So, Lady Q came about with the Q.
Okay, I love that.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
So what's next? What do you have coming up?
Oh, well, Saturday I'll be in Havelock, North Carolina, doing a family reunion.
Your family reunion? Or
No, somebody else's family reunion. My family reunion is not until July in Charleston, South Carolina, which I'm originally from. Hey, Chucktown. Love y'all. My Chuck people are watching.
What's that?
I gotta talk Geechee. I gotta talk Geechee. Boy, look at y'all see me on TV. I on the internet, y'all. So yes, born and raised in Charleston. So, but ours is in July, and then in June I'll be going to Tennessee for a retirement party. The one thing I love about being a clean comedian, I don't get disclaimers. So when I walk into an event, I don't get to sit down and say, you can't say this, don't say these words, don't talk about these type of people. They give me free range because they know who I am and they know what they're getting. And I do family events, I do church events, I do, the bars and stuff, because I don't drink every day. I'm a drinking Christian. So, church folk like to act like they don't drink, but they be drinking. But so just a lot of summer events coming up, and I'm so excited. Last year I did a cruise. A women's conference booked me to go on a cruise with them.
Oh, wow.
My Journey Church in Columbia, I love y'all. So they booked me. I was on the cruise for 5 days with them, made them laugh the entire time, and it was awesome.
So you
Awesome.
get on the boat.
Right.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love it, and I must say I have a good job. I work for a great company, so I get paid vacations when I go and perform, and I get paid when I perform, so I get 2 paid vacations. What more can a girl ask for?
Wow.
Yeah.
Blessings.
So I love it.
Blessings.
I love it.
So your ultimate dream. when you think about, how you want things, to progress on your comedy journey, what is the ultimate dream for you?
My ultimate, and this is my first time sharing it, I was trying to keep it a secret. And I don't even know if it's right to say, because when you compare yourself to somebody else, they'd be like, oh, no, be you. But my ultimate dream is to be the Kevin Hart status of churches.
Wow.
So, he's in a high status, and it's just think of that status, not necessarily that person.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But I want to hit churches all over the world because, the church is a house of refuge, and a lot of church folk have forgotten how to laugh. And just to take it into the church, because I talk about church folk bad. Because y'all be playing around.
I'm gonna go find
But
some
oh yeah, I talk about them real bad, and that's why I mean real bad. And I think that's why they love me, because I'm so transparent. I'm church is all in me. I grew up, Pentecostal. Like I told people, we went to church Sunday morning. We didn't leave till Thursday night around 10 p.m. That's we was in church all day. So, but that is it. It's just to let church folk know they can laugh. And they can laugh at themselves.
Yes.
Very few are offended. I hadn't had anybody come back yet. But
it's been one waiting for you outside in the parking lot.
But I carry my blade up under my tongue. I fight too. I'm a fighting Christian, a cussing Christian, and a drinking Christian.
I so enjoyed meeting you.
Thank you. Same here.
Maxine said we need to connect. I'm already thinking about an event I want you to host. So we'll have to
thank
definitely talk about that. So
Yes.
tell our audience how they can follow you on social media.
Well, you can follow me on social media on Facebook, Lady Q Make Us Laugh, on Instagram, Comedian Lady Q, and Twitter, I think is at Q Laughter. I don't use Twitter much, but you can still tweet me. I'm single. That men's, hold on, that men's event you was talking about with the menses.
She said the
menses.
menses.
Because I have a shoe ministry called the House of Stilettos.
Really?
Yeah, where all my shoes are like 5 inches or higher. So I'm going to have to go to my stiletto ministry. When is it? June 11th? I put it on my calendar. I'm open. It's on a Monday.
Come on through. But I'm going to tell you, normally whenever we do, because we do also a men's show every first Monday, it's me plus 5 male co-hosts. And women always want to come through, and I always say the same thing, bring food. If you're going to come, feed the men.
Oh,
They
yeah.
like to eat.
And I can cook.
So bring some food. You can right here. My son already yes.
I mean, Charleston cooking.
Oh, so you can like
Yeah, I cook. I mix all my ingredients together.
Well, can you hang around? We're going to bring all the guests back.
Sure.
And we'll talk about the show together.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Regina Sunshine Show on the Regina Sunshine Global Network.
Thank you.